Phew. What's up, good people, party people? What's up, party people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I'm watching some of my, you know I'm Papa Smurf. Look.
Trade Dak.
Trade Dak.
He has a no trade. He has a good agent.
Okay. I'm watching prime time and game time here and doing a little work in my underground workshop here. I tell you what, as old as this place is, it's been here for over 200 years. You know, if hell comes to running, I'm going to run down here in the basement because I think this might be my best place. I built some cabinets for the wife because she's always buying more stuff, so I've got some doors for her, and I wanted to get a coat of paint on those. And I'm watching prime time and game time and so on. And I'm curious from you guys because he's doing a poll, and on his poll, it's asking, do you want them to extend Dak or do you want them to move on from him? Haters, I'm sure, will say they want him to move on from him. Some people I'll say are probably tired of the whole situation and just say, just do something, just do anything. Although I think 62% of the people on his poll said to extend him. Now, I've kind of gone to a different thought here because we've seen teams and players have difference of opinion on contracts where they literally say, when there's problems with contract. Now, unfortunately, the Cowboys negotiate all their stuff in public. But generally speaking, what happens is their social media goes dark. They go ahead, they get rid of all of their social media because then you make notice because, oh my God, Diggs' social media has gone dark. No more Cowboys gear. He's going to get traded. That's how you get attention. Okay. Be that as it may on that comment from my guys. The two of them having this conversation doesn't sound like there's any animosity. Doesn't sound like the Cowboys are saying, because we've heard the Cowboys say, they want us to break the bank, that they're not negotiating in good faith and so on. Okay. So that's what we usually hear from the Joneses when they think that the player is asking for too much. And with the player, you usually see them saying, screw this, I'm going to delete my social media to get some attention. You've seen none of those things happen. In fact, Jory Anderson kind of said, yeah, this does not mean that they're not looking to re-sign Dak. Because here's where it's kind of crazy. I want you to understand something. Okay. I should have done this at my desk because I could have pulled up the statistics because you won't believe me. When I was doing my live stream yesterday, we had some people that said, yeah, you know what? Don't act like Cooper Rush isn't 5-1 playing in replacement of Dak, which is true. He is 5-1. He's played 5 games in replacement of Dak, and the Cowboys have won those games. Now, Cooper Rush was a free agent. He had an opportunity for any team to sign him. How many teams stepped up to the bat and said, Cooper Rush is as good as Dak Prescott? He re-signed the Cowboys for $3 million. Now, to give you, let me ask you this question. Would you have liked to have seen Jason Garrett as our franchise quarterback? Seriously, this is a real question. This is a real question. Would you have liked to have seen Jason Garrett as our franchise quarterback? I mean, he did have that incredible Thanksgiving game. He is actually legendary for that, like Clint Longley. Because here's what's interesting is, if you go with the statistics of Cooper Rush and Jason Garrett, identical. The only difference is, I think Jason Garrett has 5 wins and 3 losses, but passing yards are the same per game. Yards per completion, hell, Jason Garrett actually had a higher rating than Cooper Rush. So if you're thinking that Cooper Rush, yeah, we can just plug Cooper Rush in there. Let me ask you if you remember how it was like when we had Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton was a quarterback who actually went to the playoffs his first couple of years in the NFL. Had a lot of experience. How'd he do with the Cowboys? You know what I'm saying? We ended up 6-10 that season that Dak Prescott got hurt. And that same team that we know the Cowboys didn't add any free agents. The same team the next year wins 12 games, doubling what they did without Dak. Okay, it's crazy to say, let's move on from that guy. But you know what's even crazier? Is the fact that Mike McCarthy actually has the highest winning percentage of any Dallas Cowboys coach. And I'm talking about with the Cowboys. With the Dallas Cowboys, he has the highest, and I'm not talking about just since the 90s. Barry Switzer actually has the highest, second highest with the Cowboys. But he took over a Super Bowl team, be that as it may. We're talking about Tom Landry. We're talking about Jimmy Johnson. Now, I know Jimmy Johnson took over an abysmal team, so it's a little skewed there. But remember, Mike McCarthy took over the Jason Garrett got fired teams and literally rebuilt the defense because the defense was ass. And so having him, so we're talking about coaches since Jimmy Johnson. Barry Switzer, who did win a Super Bowl. He'll be at the autograph signing show next weekend. Let me know if anybody wants his autograph. Chan Gailey, better than Chan. Damn. Curly white hair. Dave Campo, better than Dave Campo. Better than Bill Parcells. Wade Phillips, Jason Garrett. So here's the thing. If you're saying that Mike McCarthy isn't good enough of a coach, and he has the highest winning percentage of any coach in the history of the Cowboys, and higher than Bill Parcells, who you could say is the father of Bill Belichick, who won a couple of Super Bowls with the Giants, who stocked the cabinets with the Cowboys, that guy knows how to coach. But Mike McCarthy has had more success, including the playoffs, than Bill Parcells. And you say get rid of both of these guys. Because, mind you, we didn't have 3 years of playoffs in a row. Okay? 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. It's insane to say get rid of those guys. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. If you were to move on from Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, who do you think wants to come here to coach the team? If you're sitting here looking and saying they had a franchise quarterback and they just let him walk, they had a coach who had the highest winning percentage in the history of the Cowboys, and they fired him. They didn't do anything in free agency to help either of those guys, and they blamed them. So why do I want to go there to coach if I'm a premier coach?
I'm sorry. Like you got done saying.
That's all I'm saying. Stuff's kind of crazy. So, where's my black paint? Oh, there's my black paint. Let me get this paint on here. I am tired today, man. I am exhausted. My God, I'm tired. I'm working about 65 miles away. And yesterday, I drove all the way home, picked up a vanity, because me and my big mouth, I took a picture of one that I said, this is a great vanity. And she fell in love with it. And the only place that had it was up in Alexandria, Virginia. So I drove 150 miles up there, picked it up, dropped it off on my way back here. And so I got back here about 8 o'clock last night. I went back up there, worked on that all day, came back here. My wife wanted lasagna, so I made lasagna. And now I'm painting this stuff and I'm watching my kids. So, there you go.
He has to show something this year, Jordan Davis.
I think maybe I'm going to paint this stuff. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do my fireside chat and go to bed early tonight because I'm tired. I'm too old for this shit.
He always has been. The way he can bring pressure from all.
Shout out to my kids. Peace out, good people.
I love the hire.